remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can call it.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and our home team. With that, we head out to Las Vegas. Standing by with the call, a couple of high rollers, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and our home team. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. That'll be taken in the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback from Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
right? 2 touchdown passes last week. 2
touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Bortles now on first down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And, right away, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They look at the defensive starters now for the Raiders. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Bortles. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Bortles. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got his man. It's Williams. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now Williams. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Break. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got him.
Ready? They'll run it with Williams. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Jamal Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew that come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, Boyce. The tackle there by John Johnson. And we look at this offense now, and Zach Martin will be important for this team today.
He's so good, Brandon, that you can play him at any position in the offensive line, and I think he's a Pro Bowl player at each spot.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get out the field, defense.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. They'll run on first down. Boyce. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A gain of 3, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the gun on third down, Murray. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, Kendall. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Murray going to try to throw on third down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, he just had 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game too. The end result, 21 yards. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Off the draw. Here's Williams. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. It's complete to Snead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. To throw is Bortles. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And he's got Snead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
It's just me and you. Quick whip. Watch the whip.
2nd and 5 now. Bortles. And he's going to have the hook up to Burnett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, Bortles. He's got it to Williams. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and now it's 3rd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On first down, Boyce. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. On first and 10, here's Murray. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Murray.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. This complete to Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Todd Gurley has a touchdown run. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. Cam Newton with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And that one is at halftime, as they've got the lead over the visiting Detroit Lions. The Packers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentator, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. First down, Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Murray into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Kazin. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Bortles, and he floats one there, incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now Bortles. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a give, right side. Boyce. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
They'll run on first down. Boyce, and he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Play action. Now it's Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, this is caught by Williams. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Bortles now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for him.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Max Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead.
I know a lot of coaches like to break their season into quarters. And how about the first 4 games for this guy? 3 touchdowns scored, really making his mark in the red zone here in the first month of the season.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Murray now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. Murray going to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On first down, Boyce. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll keep it on the ground. Boyce looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. From the gun, Murray. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
Here comes Blake Bortles now to lead his offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Bortles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They run it again with Williams. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. They'll keep it on the ground. Boyce. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Murray, and this is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Murray now, 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This one fielded at the 5. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And the Browns getting set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Bortles now to throw. Snead's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, it's Bortles. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Bortles to throw. Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Murray now sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Now Bortles.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he'll find Moreau here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Bortles to throw once more. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the home team here, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My Gruden code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. Show them skills. Yeah, how about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, scratch the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? Rep for your drum, for your post, your poppin', your project. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar. One man on me, but you get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn it out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My Gruden code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make it next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My Gruden code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving it soldier chills. My Gruden code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Let's go. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy. city like the championships. All my records go hard, it's a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign.